Hello and welcome to another insightful episode of USTM Podcast, where stories of alumni inspire the next generation. I'm your host Anindita Saikia, and today we are diving into an interesting discipline that is Earth Science Geography. Today our guest is a proud alumnus from the Department of Earth Science Geography USTM, and he is Mr. Sylban Sangma. He was a postgraduate student in the department from the year 2001 to 2023, and currently he is working as the assistant professor in the Department of Geography at RJ College in Guwahati. Our guest, Mr. Sylban, has some incredible achievements. He has cleared UGC NET for twice and worked on a student-funded project, which is a prototype waste management machine, and he was also the class representative of his batch. Welcome to the podcast, Sylban, and we are very much pleased to have you with us today here.
It's an honor to be here.
And first, let's have some fun segment with Sylban. Now it's time for the rapid fire. Sylban, I'll ask you some few questions and you will have to answer it.
Yeah, sure.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. I'm going to ask you the first question. One word to describe your time at USTM.
Memorable, I can say that.
That's great. GIS lab or excursion field trip? Which did you enjoy more?
Obviously, it's field trips.
Field trip, exactly.
Yeah.
And I can relate it as a geography student, of course. Thank you. And the third question is the most useful course or subject you studied at USTM?
I would probably say GIS,
Yeah.
Geographic Information System.
Exactly. And one teacher at USTM who left a lasting impact on you?
That would be Swarup sir, our present HOD, Dr. Swarup Jyoti Beshya.
Okay. UGC NET or teaching undergrads? Which feels more challenging?
I would say UGC NET.
Okay.
It is challenging than teaching undergraduate students.
Right, exactly. Thank you. So now we are moving towards another segment, that is myth versus fact. I will ask you some questions on myth and fact, and you will have to answer that whether it is myth or a fact, and you will have to give the reason also.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So first is USTM doesn't provide real research opportunities for students.
I would say it's a myth.
Why?
And the fact is USTM as a institution, it is known for providing many projects to the students, and I was one of them.
Okay, that's great. Okay. The next is students at USTM have to fund their own projects entirely.
That is also a myth, and the fact is as we were also given a project and we were entirely funded by USTM and we didn't have to pay a single amount.
Okay. I'm going to the third question, that is, okay, next. Placement and teaching support at USTM is only for technical departments.
I would also say that it is a myth, and the fact is USTM is as a whole not only provides placement opportunities to technical departments but also to other departments, as few classmates of mine have been placed in good reputed companies.
Okay, that's great. And next is class representatives don't play an active role in student leadership at USTM.
Well, that's a myth.
Okay.
And the fact is I was also a class representative by God's grace, and it was a wonderful learning experience. I got to lead many programs in the department, and the teacher, they always encourage us, not only me but also other students, to be a leader in their respective roles.
Okay, that's great. Okay, next. USTM doesn't help students who want to pursue higher studies.
Well, that's also a myth, and the fact is I being passed out from USTM, I have gained enormous support from my department HODs and professors, who always encourage us for going for higher studies, be it any field, but they always encourage us.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Sylban. Now we are again moving to our third segment, that is based on some long questions, and we will discuss some topics about different things which you have experienced in USTM. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So at first I want to ask you, can you tell us your journey from joining USTM to become a faculty or an assistant professor in your college where you are now currently working?
Well, it has been a wonderful journey since before I joined USTM. I joined USTM in the year 2021 in the month of November, and because of COVID, the classes started late, and we were the batch after COVID batch who we started regular classes because previous batch it was like online,
Okay.
and so we were the first one. So after joining in the month of November, the USTM, it was accredited by NAC.
Okay.
It's an A-grade university, and we were very lucky,
Yeah.
and we were very proud of it that we are studying in an institute where it was accredited with NAC A-grade.
Exactly.
So the memories in the department has been a wonderful learning experience, I would say. It's a experience of growth, and where we got to learn very important things about the core subject of geography, and we were distributed into different branches of geography, like there were regional planning and disaster management, and we were in the batch of GIS. So in the third semester, when we were given into our specializations, so we joined into the branch of GIS, and it was a learning experience. Our professors, Dr. Swarup sir and Dr. Sangma sir, they taught us in the core subject of GIS what it is about, as we were still new to the subject, but it was a good experience because scratch, it's not an easy thing.
Exactly.
And so we were divided into various specialization papers, and I was into GIS obviously, as it was one of my first preference. So we were taught GIS from the basic concept, and we were taught by Swarup sir and Changmai sir. They were the backbone of GIS, you can say, from the department, and we were very fortunate enough that we got to learn from them. First of all, I was given Swarup sir as my supervisor, and he taught us very patiently about the core subject of GIS, what it is about, what are the data which we collect in GIS, and why is it used in our day-to-day activities, and what government sectors use in it. So one of the things that I have learned is that GIS is a very vast field, and it was a very wonderful experience, I can say, doing practicals in GIS lab and in our own laptops. It was great, I would say, and it was not an easy task, I would say. We could not, there were days where we could not sleep because of preparing dissertations, and we were preparing late night, and we had to present our papers. So it was very hectic, but it was a fun learning experience because normally you don't get this in your academic activities, no? So, and it's not like we were wasting time, but we were learning something that we were really passionate about. So it was a very good experience, I can say. And one thing USTM has taught me is leadership skills. I would say as being given the opportunity to lead the students as a CR, it was a learning experience, and during that time our HOD, she encouraged me that you can go and lead the students, and it was a wonderful time where I could lead students and the department in various community visits, excursion, field trips. So yeah, it was a wonderful experience. And then right after passing out, I was fortunate enough, and it was by God's grace that I joined college, and I wouldn't say not many people get this kind of opportunity, right after passing out from your masters and joining a college. So how I joined the college is there was an advertisement that there was a need for geography faculty, and it was written as requirement for assistant professors in the Department of Geography. So I applied and I went for an interview. And during the interview, they called me and they said you have to give a demo class. So during demo class, it was so nervous for me. It was first time.
Of course, it will be.
Yeah, a student just passing out and giving demo class for students. That is also not higher secondary students, but BA students. They were probably grown up by that time.
Yeah.
So the moment I entered the class, they started standing up. They were like, "Good morning, sir." And I was like so nervous, like, why are they calling me sir? I was like so nervous.
Still, you are feeling like you are still
Yeah,
a
I was
student.
also a student. Yeah, so I was like a student. Like I was like, oh, okay, just settle down.
Now you are.
Yeah, like
you felt
that
like
reality strikes,
Yeah.
no? Yeah. So I was like, okay, so like I was like that reality strike that okay, I have become something. It's something to be proud of. Not proud, but like something I have achieved.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I taught them the basic concepts of geography, and I didn't taught them as a teacher, but as a friend. Like because still they were new to the subject of geography, so I taught them as a friend and as a brother. I told them the first class I attended, I told them I'm still a student and I just passed out from this university that is called USTM, and it was like they were like, okay sir, you are still young, how did you got this job? And I was like, it was all God's grace that I got this opportunity, and I'm very thankful. I was telling them regularly that I'm very thankful that I got you as all my students, and you are my first batch of students, so I was very thankful to them. So I've done disaster management also. It was like a multidisciplinary course, and it was very, like I would say, not hard to teach them because they were very smart students, I would say, and it was a very good experience, and I'm still teaching them. Yeah, that's my journey so far till now.
It's a very wonderful journey from USTM to that
College.
Yeah, it's very interesting, really. And as you have already said about geography, the discipline of geography. So in that context, I would just want to ask you, there is we always use a word or a line. We always say that geography is the mother of all sciences.
Yeah.
So how would you want to relate this context with the reality?
I would say it's actually a mother of all science.
Okay.
Since I have studied geography right after my class 12 higher secondary and BA and masters, I would say it's a mother of all science because geography is a vast field.
Exactly.
And it is divided into two branches, as we all know, like human geography and physical geography. And there are other aspects also that which I have talked about, like GIS. So I would say like it's not a small field of study. People normally think that geography is only about making maps.
No, nothing like that.
Yeah, it's nothing like that. It's more than making about maps. It's like connecting environment and physical human activities together, joining as a special science. That's why and it's like mother of all science it is called because like there are various other subjects that is in human geography. You can say there are economic geography, and in physical geography you can say oceanography, geomorphology, climatology. So many branches are like together.
And even in recent days, some new categories like like medical geography, cultural geography. This is interesting. These are very interesting. These interesting subjects are also included in human geography, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as you said, like it's a very vast field. Like there are various scopes which students can pursue later on. Like not only in one subject, but later on if they want to pursue like higher education, they can go for like a specialization subject. Like if they want to study oceanography, and like one field that is developed recently is called music geography.
Yeah.
It has been a wonderful like branch that is growing. Not only like it is stagnant, but it is growing, and it is like relating to all other subjects. That is why it is called mother of all science. No?
Exactly. So thank you for your interesting answer, and I think our audiences will be able to know about what is geography and what you have learned here, what is GIS, and I think GIS or geographical information system or remote sensing.
Yeah.
It is a very crucial part of geography nowadays, right?
It is.
Without GIS or without remote sensing, we can't go forward in other things.
Yeah, it is.
If I'm not wrong.
It is.
So,
like if you can see, geographic information system is basically, you can say, we study a place without visiting that place.
Exactly.
So it's a very advanced field of study, and remote sensing it has been like used, and it has developed in like recent times. It has developed a lot, and it is a very like interesting subject. And people normally say like geography is arts, but I wouldn't say it is an art. It is also a science, and it's a very vast field that people can like grow further in it. No, that's what I want to say.
Yeah. And students from different fields like science or arts, or even can commerce or any other branch can join geography?
Yeah, I would say like if they have done their bachelor's in commerce also, then if they want to know the subject, they can join in masters also, and later on future on they can go for higher studies like PhD or postdoc. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sylvan, for this wonderful answers, interesting answers, and very knowledgeable informations.
Yeah.
So, next, I would like to ask you one more question, and that is many valuable informations you have given to our audiences, so they will be able to know about geography and art science, of course.
Yeah.
So, I just want to ask you, field study or excursion. This part has been a very crucial part in geography.
Yeah.
So, how this excursion or field trips can shape your academic experiences?
Well, that's a very good question.
Okay.
Geography, as we all know, field trips are very important in geography.
Yeah.
And I would be honest, like I wanted to study geography because of field trips. Like I am someone who loves to travel.
Okay.
And I thought, like, why not take geography as a subject? Why not take it as a major subject?
Okay.
I'll get to roam. So that was my first.
It was quite interesting for you.
Yeah, actually, it was my first thought which came into my mind, because as a young student, there are various other fields which you can join, but one of my subjects which I had in my higher secondary is geography. So one of my thought was like, I'll take this subject as my major subject because I'll get to travel. That was one of my thought that why I took the subject. And so field trips are very important in geography, and we were fortunate enough, like we were taken also on field trip during USTM. We were taken like during our third semester. We got the opportunity to visit Sikkim during the field trip, and it was a hands-on learning experience. Like we got to know about the topography of Sikkim, how it is developed, and why tourism sector is growing there. So you get to learn a lot of things. Like it is not only related to classroom, but when you go and visit a particular place, and what you have learned in books and what you have learned in real life, that like it connects, and you get to learn, experience more.
Exactly.
So it was a wonderful experience, and we got to learn various things. And we did a survey on Sikkim also, and we prepared a small dissertation topic, and we presented during our viva. And then during masters also, in the final semester, we were taken for a field trip towards Maulinong, which is also known as the cleanest village, and towards Dauki, which is one of the most cleanest rivers. And that was like experience which you get to see first-hand experience. Like you get to see pictures of clean rivers, clean village in books and internet, but visiting there and seeing the reality, how communities are protecting the environment, and how communities are developing the tourism sector, and how they are maintaining that area. So that is a experience which you don't get in books. So that's why I feel and it's important that field trips are important in this subject.
Okay. Thank you. And during your postgraduate time, you built a prototype waste management machine along with your fellow mates, right?
Yeah.
So tell us more about that and how USTM helped you in that matter.
Okay, so it was a student-funded project, and during our time, our HOD, she encouraged, like there was a student-funded project where you have to build a machine, and it will be displayed in an innovation center which is present in our USTM campus.
Okay.
So we were 5 of us, and we were fortunate enough that we got selected, and it was a project like where we had to trace the Bharolo river, which is one of the most polluted river in this recent times. It flows to the city of Guwahati. So what we had to do is like we had to trace the river from the source to the mouth, which flows through the entire Guwahati city, and we had to build a prototype, like a small machine where the waste would be collected. So being a geographer, as you know, it's very difficult. Like we are not related to we are not taught anything about machines, right? Yeah, like
it's like about the engineering things.
Yeah, actually it is more about like engineering things, and we were like very new to this stuff. Like I would say machines and geography is a very vast field, like different. Yeah, actually it is different. So we were like hesitant, but as they say, like I like a saying which are like ma'am taught us like geographers can do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Because they are the explorers of the world.
Yeah,
right?
actually. So we are determined like we have to do this. Like it's a funded project and it will be very helpful for our future academic purpose, like research work also. So what we did is like the USTM helped us in like funding the project. They funded the entire project, like the cost of building the machines and where the materials used in building that machine.
Okay.
So during our I think it was like second semester or third semester, during that time we started the project and we ended it during before we finished our like final semester. So we built a small machine where waste would be generated and collected, and there will be a strainer in the machine which will collect the waste, and like it will be very helpful for GMC workers who day-to-day activities, like in their regular works they collect waste. And it was a prototype, but I feel like it can be used in further projects also if it is built in a like large scale, and if it is built in a huge quantity. And the innovation is still there in the innovation center, and we were very fortunate and thankful to USTM that they supported us in this project, and we got to learn something from it.
Okay.
And it will be very helpful for our future work.
Okay. So GMC, do they know that you have built such a machine, or it will be helpful for them to management of the waste?
As of now, we have to apply for a patent, and like we have to, like if you want to build further I mean to say, like if you want to build a proper machine into it, it's just a prototype, like we have tested it and it works very good.
Okay.
And it was
so in future they can use it.
Yeah, in
right?
future they can use it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a small prototype
Okay.
which we like developed. So if we want to use it in the future, then it definitely can be
It will
built.
be beneficial for them.
Yeah,
or
it will be
the
beneficial for them.
society. Right, exactly. And the next thing I would like to ask you, so what was your campus life in USTM?
Okay, campus life.
I want to ask both academically or socially, both.
So campus life in USTM, I would say both of a mixture of fun and studies also.
Okay.
So mostly after joining USTM, I would say we were mostly inside the department. We don't go out. We generally are like inside the department and attending classes, doing our practicals. As you all know, geography is full of practicals.
Yeah.
And once you get your free time, you talk, you hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
And we during my batch, like most of us, like we were into hanging out inside the classrooms only.
Okay.
So we have fun, talk inside the classroom mostly, and we normally go out after like 4 p.m. when the classes ends.
Okay.
And one of the things I really have a fond memory is like visiting the weekly markets, where our friends, we visit the weekly markets in the university field and buy vegetables,
Okay.
then buy chanas which were available there. It was very good. It was a wonderful experience, like eating together with friends. And I really, if I be honest, like I miss those times when I think about it. Like it was a fun experience having all those things together, roaming around the classrooms. That was one of my fond memories that I have, not outside the campus but inside the campus.
Yeah.
with my
Golden
friends.
eras of your life.
Yeah, golden eras of my life.
Right. So as our time is also becoming short,
Yeah.
so I'm moving towards our last question.
Okay.
I would like to ask you, from your perspective, how would you define the quality of education, mentorship, and extracurricular exposure of USTM?
Okay, as you know, USTM is a people's university, as they call.
Yeah.
And it was, I would say, my experience, it was a wonderful experience, memory. Diversity is one word that I want to use in USTM campus. There are various different types of cultures, tribes studying together in unity. And I was fortunate enough that I had friends from different tribes, cultures in my department, in my batch. And the academic stuff in the department was very helpful. So I'm very, very thankful to my professors that they were very helpful during my academic time and during my journey in the USTM. They encourage us for UGC NET exam also. I am thankful to my professors that they encouraged me during my journey to clear the exam. And one of the things that I only remember is joining USTM is like the payback policy.
Okay.
I would say it's like an pushing factor. Like you get the entire amount of your fees, and if you crack the exam, so it's not like only like betterment for our future also, but it's like helpful for our further academic purposes. Like if you want to go for research later on, then UGC NET is obviously, you can say it's like compulsory now if you want to apply for assistant professor or PhD entrance. So it was a wonderful experience that clearing UGC NET, like seeing my picture, my photo in the advertisement, advertisement, I would say, like along with the students who cleared UGC NET in the departments and the other departments also. So I was very happy that, and many people congratulated me during the time when I cleared that, and it was an emotional moment also, but it was a proud moment for my parents and myself that I could achieve something. Without God's grace, I don't think I wouldn't have been able to crack this exam. And one of the thankful thing that I am very grateful to USTM is that it is a platform. It has given me a platform to grow from just a normal student to a assistant professor now. So I'm very thankful for that.
Thank you so much, Sylban, for your valuable time, your knowledgeable information, and I hope it will be very beneficial for our students. And dear viewers, always remember one thing: every journey starts with curiosity and commitment. Stay tuned for more such inspiring stories from the heart of USTM. Until next time, this is Anindita signing off. Stay tuned, stay inspired.